Hey, welcome you guys to As a Matter of Fact. I'm your host today, MPZ. I just want to take a moment and introduce myself because I'm just starting out on this platform, social media, and I just want to let you guys get a feel of exactly what I'm targeting, things that I want to talk about. See my location, see my art. As you can see, this is a lot of my art that's on the wall. I do art. I'm also a film producer. I produce short films. I have a YouTube channel. It's mpz.igy6. Most definitely go check me out there. I have a few videos that I did randomly and posted that I want you guys to go check out. And I also will be live on Instagram as well as posting videos too. The things that I want to address on As a Matter of Fact, which is the name of the program show that I'm creating, is dealing with trauma in the Black community. It deals with basic necessities of life, struggle, how trauma has affected us, and how we see trauma. Creating safe space where we can become vulnerable in friendships, relationships, and get buck naked and raw and be able to express ourselves being who we are. But before I go further, I'd like to just take a moment and also speak about something that's very dear to my heart and important to me, and that's a few things, and that's guys that's incarcerated, single moms, children that that's in foster care, you know, because all of those things I name were things that I experienced myself, and it played a role in who I became in my life at one point in time. And as I became a man, you know, I experienced a lot of different stages and degrees in my life of the after effect of things that I experienced before that or earlier on. And the main thing that I'm focusing on is mental issue and health and wellness too as well, because us in the Black community, we're afraid to talk about mental health, you know, and we're even more afraid to reach out and get that help that we really need. So my thing is that I want to create a safe space where we can become vulnerable and we can recognize how we are seeing a lot of that trauma and pain play out in our life as we become adults, and how it play out in relationships, and how it still affects us to this day. Because I think up until now, recently, there was no such thing as healing in the Black community. We just had to keep it moving, keep pushing, and there was no support as far as encouraging us to go get healed, or saying that we need heal, or keeping it real with one another and say, hey man, something is wrong, something is affecting you, and something needs to be done. And so 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, we only did what we was taught, you know, and we live by those codes, we live by those rules, you know what I mean? And so my resolve is to stand against the downplay of mental health. The stigma started as I was a young child, you know. who witnessed a lot of harsh effects on my family and especially myself because, like I said, you know, my time started out when I was in foster care, and I didn't have nobody to guide me through or give me a good understanding, so I only went off of my own speculation and how I seen it in the lens that I seen it through, which was that trauma. And so that had effect on how I seen my parents, how I seen my home, my household, how I seen my siblings, my friends, and just the Black community in a whole. And so I'm quite sure it's those that can relate to that as well. But of course, we all can relate to physical, emotional, psychological, sexual, and self-inflicting abuse, you know, such as suicide. Suicide is a big rate thing going on too. And please don't let me forget about addiction, because addiction plays a part in covering and masking that trauma. Just like gambling, just like shopping, just like spending money, you know, it's all sorts of addictions. And the stigma that comes with that is a lot of shame and guilt, you know, because we are ashamed to face, you know, that effect that trauma has had on us, that has given us mental health issues, you know what I mean? And a lot of us don't understand it that way. A lot of us allow our pride and ego to downplay it and make it seem like it's not what it is, or say I'm okay when you're not okay. Because, you know, when we look into our relationships and our interaction with each other, you know, healthiness is very important. Being healthy in our relationships is very important, you know, so